Hey, 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 hey. What is up? Hey, hey. What is going on? What is going on? This is the No I Don't Know TV series. We are back and we are black. And we putting it down like that. Hey, hey, hey. All that clown ass dancing and shit niggas be doing. Hey, 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 hey. That bullshit. Nigga get to twitching and stitching and niggas got to dance and prance because they need to dance. Ants in their pants. They need to dance. This is the No I Don't Know TV series like I just said. What is going on? What is going on? Another day for y'all at the Court Plantation. I know what it is and I know what it's about. I prefer you watch this when you at the Court Plantation to make your day go by. To make my day go by. Man, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Man. I ain't gonna be out here long because I got plenty of shit that I gotta do today. Y'all like, man, this nigga always got something to do. Nah, I really do got some shit I gotta handle. But anyway, man, I'm about to get into the topic real quick. What Cuba Gooding Jr. and Curtis Hill don't have. Let's say forgot. Let's say forgot. Oh, man. Oh, man. Here, let me type this shit in. What they forgot. And you like, what's going on with Cuba Gooding Jr.? Cuba Gooding Jr. is getting lynched right now over sexual misconduct and all this other bullshit that's going on when really it's just some trumped up charges because they got to lynch somebody. They got to go get somebody. You know what I mean? So when you look at these things, you're like, damn. Now there's a nightclub server that's fucking with Cuba Gooding Jr. See, what they gonna do is, Cuba had his run when he did the OJ shit. Now, okay, sorry nigga, guilty. That's it. We're not fucking with you like that. So that's just the way it's gotta be, and we not changing that. These are things that you gotta see before it happens. You're like, what you mean you gotta see before it happens? Let me tell you why you gotta see it before it happens. How many times and how many podcasts and how many other podcasts you're probably had done listened to that people are always going in on Harvey Weinstein, but don't nobody say shit. I know I think Sarah McGowan, the one chick from Scary Movie or I forgot. I think it's Scary Movie or whatever the fuck that movie's called. She going after Harvey Weinstein. Nobody's talking about Harvey. But now you got all these groping incidents and shit from Cuba Gooding Jr. and all this other shit. And it's like, now the nightclub server is suing him, saying that he groped him. Now, didn't he just have charges that he was at a bar and he groped a woman? See, we got to know what this is. You can mingle with the dominant society and laugh and joke with them and when they, you can do all that shit all you want. But as Shahrazad Ali said on Hidden Colors 5, she's like, when it comes time for them jobs and come time for that money, that's when you're going to separate. Now, very few people are going to stand on our side of the line. But the majority of the time, they're going to go with their own. That's fine, because you got to know the social game rules. I was having this conversation with this young brother today, and I was just like, man, he was just talking about all these things that was going on. How the police is fucking with him. I was like, man, you need to read the law of magnetism. The first thing he says is, man, I already read these books, and you read probably one or two books, and you figure, it didn't give me the answers, so fuck reading. That is our problem. As Neely Fuller Jr. teaches us, you have to still quest for knowledge and keep learning. You can't just assume that, this book didn't give me the answers, because that's not how life works. Every book you read ain't gonna give you the answers. But that's what we think. And I just kept telling him, I said, then I said, have you read the Kabbalion? And he was just like, well, no, what is that? And I'm like, it talks about the pendulum swinging. As above, so below. You know what I mean? The law of rhythm. The law of cause and effect. You gotta understand these things. And I'm so tired of people, man, karma's a bitch. And when you get your karma, man. And how do you not know that you're not getting yours every single day when you gotta wake up and go to the Court Plantation? Or you gotta wake up and do shit that you hate to do every day? How do you not know that's your karma? Karma is defined by a higher power to me of ups and downs. There's times where you're going to have money. There's times when you're not going to have money. But the thing about it is we got to look from a different perspective. And you got to understand, like, oh, shit. If they lynching Harvey Weinstein and they going after R. Kelly, this is not our system. So they damn for sure finna be coming after motherfuckers like us. So let me get my shit straight. And let me make sure I have my shit together. You know what I'm saying? As I would tell people, man, I got to get my shit together. Every time people be like, oh, man, no, I got to get my shit together. That's a fact. These are just things that you got to know about. And these are things that, to me, these are things that whether you like it or not, you're going to learn about them. You can act like you're not going to learn about them, but you're going to learn about them. That's a fact. So I'll tell you this. These issues, times, places, things are all issues that everybody deals with every single goddamn day. And it ain't going to change. So while everybody's sitting up there watching Cuba get lynched and Curtis Hill, I think he's a Republican too. If I'm not mistaken, oh yeah. I think Curtis Hill, yeah, he's an attorney general of Indiana. And now he got charges pending on him last year. Now they done made that shit known. Oh, they finna go after every nigga that they know. If you're melanated, guilty, nigga. I told you you better read Slavery by Another Name. That's what I'm saying. And then when you talk to our younger generation, they feel like they done read every book, or they feel like, oh man, I already read that book. And so on and so on. It's like, no, brother. I think you really need to understand where I'm going to tell you this. You need to read these. I was like, dude, you read the Kabbalah, it's going to change how you view things. You know, I said, there's one thing that you got to know. If you're driving a Benz, a Beamer, a Tesla, a Cadillac Escalade with rims and all this other stuff, that is going to attract a certain type of attention that you might not want to deal with or you're not used to dealing with. You know what I mean? But what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Tasha? Wow, I just found out I can listen on my phone. Can we say, Tamisha, you is slow? But I'm just saying, man, these are just things that you got to know about, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? These are things that you got to know. These are things that you got to know about and like. And even if you don't like it, you still got to learn about it. Just like there's another thing that I was thinking about too, and I'm finna get on. Why is it still we have not come up with nobody that can come up with our own streaming service? And I'm talking about where everybody can do their podcast, but you can say whatever you want, unfiltered. You can post whatever videos you want. You can talk about vaccinations. You can do those things, and it's not getting taken down, or you're not getting a warning and all this other shit. I'm waiting to see when a melanated brother or sister is going to come up with this idea and not take it to the dominant society so you can sell it out and then get millions of dollars, and then you gone. And then you back broke again, then you want to come around your people. Hey, these are just things that I'm always point out. Now, Curtis Hill, you should know better. First of all, whether you're Republican or a Democrat, when you in that system, both parties don't give a fuck about you. Second, you can't do what everybody else do. I don't care if one of your constituents broke her leg. You better not don't even put a stent on her leg. Don't even touch her leg. Matter of fact, you call the police and you stay 10 feet away. Because that can be misconstrued as, oh, this motherfucker was trying to pull my panties down. And I had fell and broke my leg. He didn't try to help me. He tried to pull my panties down. Some shit. So those social game rules are different from us for them. But I think for some sort of reason, we think we go by the same rules. No, we don't go by the same rules. Those rules don't apply to them. They apply to us. What rules is this? The rules of I'm the dominant society, and what I say goes. And what you say is no. I don't care what you think or what you say. These are not your rules. Neely Fuller Jr. and Dr. Francis Cresswell Zing teaches us that they dominate 9 areas of activity. I don't know why everybody... That's what irritates me about my people. When you say, hey, man, you should go check out the book. Man, I'm not, okay. Okay, now when you go to jail, you ain't going to have nothing but time on your hands to read a book. So you going to be reading books and playing with Pamela Henderson. That's what you're going to be doing. So you might want to read those books and get that knowledge now. And then everybody want to quote the Bible. Well, if we quote the Bible teaches us, in all thy getting, get an understanding. So somebody need to understand what's going on. Each one has to teach one. That's why when I look at younger people and just how they view things, and I'm like, well, did you read the law? Did you read the Kabbalion? Oh no, what's that? Well, I read this book on, it's like, bro, but have you looked up Nevada law? Do you have a Black's Law dictionary? Do you know the inception of a lot of these laws and codes? Do you know what a policeman's job is? Do you know what a judge is? Do you know how to put a lien on a person's bond? Do you want to go find the research to understand that? No. You just sitting up there being emotional, and it's like we take this emotion and we run with it. And we feel like, oh man, this ain't fair. And you're right, it is not fair. But these are the game rules. Period. If you don't work, you don't eat. Period. So, and then when you get inside, as my mother would say, oh, you can get a job. It's keeping that motherfucker is the question. So it's like, you know the social game rules when it comes time to dress the part and look the part to get in there and get that job. Then why isn't it we don't know how to maintain who we are? I'm talking about mentally, and don't let things break us and have us acting a damn fool. Why is that? I don't understand why that is. You know what I mean? Why is it when we look at these things like, we shouldn't be talking about Cuba. We should be talking about Harvey Weinstein. But let me tell you something. Lionsgate and all them that were associated with him, they still producing movies. They still doing what the fuck they got to do. Harvey Weinstein is going to vanish like David Blaine. Let the time go by, and then he's going to reappear. Just like Peter Piper did out here. When that little roller coaster in Peter Piper killed a young melanated sister. They had to file bankruptcy because of their lawsuit, and then they came back. Now they're back 10, 12, 13 years later. They back. And ain't nobody saying shit. Ain't nobody picking it or nothing because we don't know our history. Only history we know is the slave history. We don't know that we were Moors. We don't know that we are gods. We don't know the definitions and the origins of words. So when you look at people like Cuba Gooding Jr., Curtis Hill, you look at the Donald Trumps of the world, you look at that. We more focused on what the hell Donald Trump is saying, but it's his system. This is his game. These social game rules are for him. And that's what I think people like Cuba Gooding Jr., Curtis Hill, R. Kelly, all these people, y'all should have known, oh shit, they finna come after me. You better view life like they're gonna do that. But I think a lot of us, we so busy blaming everybody else, especially the dominant society. You know what I mean? Oh, of course. And they take their blame from me in certain instances. Like, I'm going to place blame on where it's deserving and hold the people accountable. But that doesn't give you a reason to just be like, well, fuck it. Slavery. So I ain't going to, well, fuck it. I ain't doing shit. Okay, then you ain't going to eat. And if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, you're going to be on Las Vegas Boulevard in Owens. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But I digress because a lot of the times when I see certain things go down, the police brutality, I see these things. We arguing about Gucci. We arguing about what nail shop we gonna go to. And I'm not talking about a melanated nail shop. I'm talking about the Koreans as they that bullshit, and they basically talking shit about you in their language and laughing at you. But we, for some sort of reason, we think it's, oh, it's cheaper. You know what I mean? We are used to being segregated and disaggregated. I think we like that. It starts in the home, too, with family. And this is to all people that got family. If you got family members that's only coming around and they want to sow discord and cause a whole bunch of bullshit, then get the fuck away from them. Why do you continue to bring these type of people and bring that energy around you? Why would you do that? Now, I can see it if you're dealing with them from a distance, but in person, where it's tangible, you got to always look at, well, why the fuck are they coming around? Yeah, they family, which really etymology of family means house of slaves. So I guess we'll call them relatives. But I'm just saying, even in that instance, why are they around you? That's why I was telling that young brother, you might want to read The Law of Magnetism. Yeah, I let somebody read that book. They never gave that shit back. That's why I'll buy another one. But I was telling that because a lot of times, I think when we feel like we buy these materials, once we buy these nice materials, we become possessed by them. And then it does something to us. It's something psychologically what it does to us where we feel better. We think we're better. We act better. We have an arrogance about ourselves when we have these materials. It's true. But the thing that I think we forget sometimes when we buy these materials is what we're magnetizing. Because when you buy materials, you're magnetizing ain't shit bitches and ain't shit niggas that's around you that's hanging around you for the wrong reasons. You're magnetizing, give me what you got type shit. You magnetizing, and I'm not saying, you magnetizing motherfucker putting the clip and getting ready to run up on you type shit. And I'm not saying that happens all the time, but be aware and be mindful of what goes on when you buy these materials. Be mindful that law enforcement might stop you 10 times and want to know, how did you get this car? And if you're not prepared and you're emotional, you're probably going to go to jail. That's why you can't be emotional and let them take you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes what you have to do is you have to bide your tongue. You have to, I would say become introverted and yes, no, and that's it. And you can't be riding dirty. You can't have... What we need to start doing is when we get ready to even go to the store, you ask everybody, anybody got warrants? And anybody got some bullshit on them? Because if you got some bullshit on you, you're not riding in my car, period. You're not riding in my car until you know the law and know what's going on. Because a lot of us can't afford attorneys. A lot of us want public defenders and have to have public defenders. You know why we got to have it? Because we don't have no money for nothing else. Now, we got rims and we riding clean, but when it comes time to get a ticket, we can't go to no attorney. You know what we do? We get a public defender. And guess what that public defender is going to do? They're going to defend you publicly and not privately, which means they're not going to go hard for you. They're appointed to you by the courts. That's they man, not your man, just like Obama. Obama was they man. He ain't your man. Where Obama at now? Everybody got all these shrines, Obama and all this other shit. Where's Obama? I took my pictures. I took that motherfucker down. The reason why I took the pictures of him, because I'm like, I know you can't change the world. I know you can't change everything. But you can damn for sure express how disappointed and how upset you are that melanated people are getting gunned down on live TV. Because a lot of those killings happened on his watch. But yet again, Obama was their man. That's why when I was watching Basketball Wives, and I was watching, I'm late on it, and I was watching Basketball Wives, I was watching the reunion. Shout out to OG on Basketball Wives. Shout out to OG. Somebody need to send this to her. OG, the Nigerian princess, shout out to her. She really, really, really made me proud. And the reason why she made me proud is because she is the quintessential reason of why more melanated sisters and brothers need to be on code. Because she let it be known about that other sister. I don't know if she's must be Puerto Rican or something. Will nigga you to death and you got me fucked up and run up on everybody. But when it came time to run up on OG, you ain't want to run up on her because she's a football player. She's got a body of a god. It is natural. And the things that I loved about OG, y'all need to go watch that Basketball Wives shit, is that OG was like, you want to be black, but you're not. And what you're saying is offensive. You're saying nigga and using the N-word and nigging people up. And I don't appreciate that because you're not black and I am. I am African. And I don't appreciate you saying that and you're not black. Oh, and by the way, that silicone and shot up ass, that's fake. This is all natural. This is all given to me by God. That girl, that Puerto Rican bitch couldn't say shit. Then I like how they flipped it and, we got to have two separate stages because I'm afraid. Now, the Puerto Rican bitch want to run up on every bitch on the show, want to fight everybody, talk shit, jump on tables. But when it came time to fight the melanated sister, now it's, I'm afraid for my safety and all this other shit. And yes, I stand with OG. That was colorism. Yes, it was. They can act like it wasn't. And a lot of those women that were on that stage, they had no knowledge of what they were saying. So they were just speaking out of the side of their ass. Oh, well, I'm brown and she's brown, and we don't think she's racist and all that. Well, that's you, and you're not on code. Because if everybody was on code, guess what they would be saying? Hey man, you are nigging her up a little bit too much. I don't care if you are from the Bronx. Because you gonna nigger her up and then call her a monkey. And and all this other shit. See, these are the things you gotta look at, especially when you're not melanated. And a lot of the things that I've been talking about, Fred, look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. Fat Joe's about the only person that get the pass from me. But everybody else, no. Because I know Fat Joe's gonna identify as black. A lot of people, I Latino. And then this whole Afro-Latino bullshit. That's from the what's that bitch's name on the Love and Hip Hop Miami? Emil Lalegra, whatever her name is, with the fake Afro-Latina and all this other shit. Now it's cool to claim African. But why is it don't nobody want to claim melanated culture when it's time to get arrested? Why is it when it's time to tell you I Latino, like Tekashi 6ix9ine? See, when the police come around and the law come around, that's when everybody start doing the things that most dominant society does. And the thing that does it the most is that I think, I think what does it the most is when the pressure's put on, then they go back to their own. Then once they go back to their own, they don't want to be bought, you know what I mean? They don't want to be bought. Then it's like we don't even exist again. Then they go back to their own, have their party, and all this other shit. That's fine. That's fine. But if that's what you want to be, and you want to be Latina and Afro-Latina, then go ahead and do your thing. But if that melanated sister, oh yes, she was the first person that I've ever seen on that basketball bitch's shit that was like, oh, you just mad because you don't have no melanin? All those sisters was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Because that sister's educated, and you know what? She's been calm that whole season that I watched. But it's so funny how calm and how she kept her composure, but she had to go be off camera in a different location. But the Puerto Rican broad, jumping on tables, throwing bottles at women, acting a fool, and all this other shit. Oh, now you want to claim the victim. You ruined Chad Ochocinco's career. If I was Chad Johnson, I would never even talk to you again. You called the motherfucking police on me and ruined my career and got me fired from the goddamn NFL. So why would I talk to you again? So, and then she felt stupid about that. And what trips me out is, but then behind the scenes, you calling her monkey and black bitch and all this other. See, that's what happens. That's why I feel like people like Cuba Gooding Jr., Curtis Hill, y'all forgot. Like Roy Jones used to say, y'all must have forgot. This is not your system. That's why when they was interviewing after that whole thing with OG the Nigerian princess, is what I like to call her. And the only reason why I'm saying that because she kept standing on, that's racist. And this is racism. You can't be making tweets and all this other shit and call me monkey and all this other shit. And then what am I supposed to do? And here's the thing that tripped me out about every other race. Y'all get ass shots. I'm not saying melanated sisters don't. Y'all get fake titties, fake lips, all this bullshit to enhance how you look, because we know that the bitch from Basketball Wives, Evelyn, the Puerto Rican bitch, you did not look like that a long time ago, and you're a whore. And that bitch called it out. Now, what's so funny is everybody will make an excuse about her sleeping with multiple men in different genres of sports. Nobody says anything, and it's okay. You done fucked women's husbands, all kinds of shit. Nobody said nothing. Now you want to accuse this melanated sister of messing with your man while you was married to him. And now everybody's jumping on your bandwagon and looking down on the bitch. And I'm like, wow, that is colorism. That is racism. And all those women that's up there, let me tell you what y'all need to go do. Y'all need to go read this book right here. Y'all need to go read The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics by Neely Fuller Jr. Go read this damn book, because y'all bitches was not on code. Them black sisters was not on code at all. Now, the person that's running the show, Shaq's wife, that's different. I ain't making no excuse for it, but I get it. You got to be like that. You know why you got to be? Because, you know, you're making money. So you have to be bipartisan. But the rest of those sisters don't. And the rest of those sisters could have been like, look, man, you my girl. But yeah, man, using that nigga shit, I ain't with that. For real. I don't care if you are Afro-Latina. I'm not with that around me. Because when the tough get tough, the Afro-Latinas get going for the most part. And they go with their own. And then they detach that Afro and then go with just Latina. That's a fact. I'm just stating the facts. And people don't even know. Most Mexicans and Hispanics, which is not a race, they classify as Caucasian. That's a fact. And Hispanic is not a race. Sorry, it's not. There's some shit that they made up. Just like Afro-Latino is not no fucking race. It's not. But now everybody want to claim it because it's cool to be melanated now. But then when you get to talk about melanin, they don't even know what the fuck you talking about for the most part. They looking at you like you fucking crazy. These are the things that you run. See, when I watch shit, I be picking out the hidden things. And that girl OG broke that shit down. Now, Shaq's wife had to be on some, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Now she was on skates, falling backwards. Because now, how do you answer this shit? You can tell a publicist probably sat down with her, was like, hey, you need to say this and this and this and this. Because, yeah, your best friend or your groupie or your follower who's following you around, she's basically got you looking like on some bullshit. Because let me tell you something. If this is my best friend, right, or my good friend, and he Puerto Rican, right, and all my brothers that's around, he fighting every black melanated brother that's around and black ass nigga and woo woo. I am gonna be looking at him like, and what you mean by that, bro? Like, what you on? You know what I'm saying? These are just things you gotta question. Cause I'm gonna question your theories. Like, what you mean? Why you calling him a monkey? What's that shit all about? And then, cause I'm gonna watch how you treat other Puerto Ricans. And I'm gonna see if you call another Puerto Rican a monkey. Cause you're probably not gonna do that because these other races come here and they have been shown in the image, they have been shown this image of melanated brothers and sisters that we're gangbangers, we're drug dealers, we are lower class citizens, they're better than us, all this other shit. And that's why they get together and they talk in different languages, all races. And they talk shit about melanated people. But they need us for our consumption of their goods. When we buy their hair from the Koreans and going to the swap meet and buying pro clubs and shit. Who's selling that shit to you? Because the majority of the time, they ain't no melanated motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it is on the East Coast in New York, but I know how the fuck it is on the West Coast. On the West Coast, motherfuckers will hang around you until it get tough. And then when it get tough, they the fuck up out of there. And they not gonna stand with you. And a lot of these people have no idea about history and know nothing. I don't know a lot about history, but I know this to be true. Motherfuckers will not stand with us. And I know another thing to be true from just books and things that I've read. There was no Afro-Latino and no Puerto Ricans and Cubans and all the other bullshit. You know what it was? It was native aboriginals, Moors. That's what it was. Who built this country? That's what it was. For free. Go read Black Labor by Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. That's what I know to be true. And all these horizontal issues, basically lateral issues, as Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us. We're moving sideways, side to side. Oh, I'm Cuban. No, fuck all that. If you with the melanated movement, then you either over here or you over there. Fuck all that, which means you can't be calling on national TV or on Twitter. You can't be calling melanated sisters monkeys and shit because she's dark-skinned complected. And don't think you're not going to get no backlash for that. But as soon as somebody says some shit about some Puerto Ricans and here all these Puerto Ricans come out through woodwork, that's the shit that I'm talking about. But you can call it niggas, you can nigga her up and all this other shit. It's like, man, I'm glad that sister did that. We got to learn from that. That's why somebody need to pull Cuba Gooding Jr.'s coattail and Curtis Hill coattail and be like, look, man, now when you make it through this shit, you need to stay the fuck out of the public eye and leave these bitches alone, or these women or whoever the fuck these females you fucking with, leave them alone and going about your way. Period. But most of the time, motherfuckers gonna put out statements talking about they sorry or other shit, and they gonna side with the Republican side and on vote for Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? Then they get a little pat on the back, and then you see, there are other, black Republicans and all that. Me personally, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Fake-a-crat and a fake Republican. I ain't none of those motherfuckers. I don't vote for either one. I don't vote. Your vote don't count. Donald Trump gonna win again. He gonna be laughing at everybody and talking shit to everybody too. And ain't nobody gonna do a damn thing. Everybody acting like they don't like Donald Trump and all the shit that he said. He said he grabbed bitches by the pussy. They voted him in. And I don't see nobody saying nothing. Just like women's liberations and women's rights. There's two different women's rights. There's the dominant society's women's rights, and then there's melanated women's rights. But melanated women will go hard for the dominant society for their rights and talk shit to melanated brothers and shit. And then when it's time for melanated sisters' rights, we don't know where the fuck these people at. We gonna learn one of these days, man. And I hope it's sooner than later. Right now I'm reading this book called The Color in the Matter of Color. That's what I'm reading. Very, very good book. Breaks down the rules and the laws and the policies and how they were kind of formulating the racist codes because they was treating indentured servants that were Caucasian better than they were treating melanated brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, it gets real. It gets real in this book. Very, very good book. But hey, man, go read these books, man. Go read Nathaniel Bacon's Rebellion. Go read these books, Stolen Legacy. Everybody go get them. Each one has to teach one. Love, live life. Amen. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. But hey, let me tell you something. I'm out. Peace.